You know, there's other cars like Joe Chalmers who are back in the middle of the pack who have got their credentials. We are about to get this feature race underway.
30 laps for the late models. Pro Dirt Series wraps up. Track Championship wraps up. Green, we go racing. Warren Oldfield off to us with a steady start as Joe Chalmers already makes up a couple of spots. Brad Smith just dropping back a little bit, as to David Nylander. Further back, there's dramas. Yellow lights are going to have to come on as the 81 of Peter Walker. Warren Oldfield off the fronts. Green lights back on. Oh, geez, it's jam-packed at the back. There's a couple of cars that have gone onto the bike track. That was messy, to say the very least. I mean, that's been the sort of word of the night. Messy, hectic, whatever you want. But it's allowed Warren Oldfield to escape away at the front and has a clear lead on Joe Chalmers. David Nylander. Meanwhile, Brent Vosbergen and Jamie Oldfield were side by side. Now Jamie Oldfield, who is the leader of the Pro Dirt Series, moves up into fourth position, only for Vosbergen to try and fight his way back on the inside as we get through 2 laps.
Having a look at the times there, already 1.5 seconds for Warren Oldfield, so he has got a very fast car right now, and I must say there's nobody else going under 17 seconds, and he's done that on the first 2 laps of this race. But Joey Chalmers is staying in touch, so he's circulating a similar speed. Chalmers goes 18.6, and we've got a spinner over on turn 2.
Rod Massara.
And Rod Massara, who hasn't had a great night. He did this in his heat, was in a similar spot. A higgledy-piggledy couple of starts, and that one fits into that bracket. Dust starts to fly. It's a little bit hard to see them all as they charge into turn 1. They start to sort themselves out. Nylander and Chalmers are running second there. They're already out behind the leader, who is Warren Oldfield. And look at Jamie Oldfield snarling up into fourth. He's got past the orange contingent of Vosbergen and Smith, and Brad Blake has also separated them. Blake trying to make another move and take himself past, he actually does now, goes past Vosbergen. He just comes into screen there at the back end as they complete now 4 laps.
Jamie Oldfield getting very close to the wall there at Mobil 1 turn number 4, but keeps it going and is still closing a little bit on David Nylander. Keep in mind, David Nylander didn't race during the Australian title weekend and the late model national weekend as well. Joe Chalmers losing a spot as he hit the fence. So he manages to get himself back to second. Look at the move there from Jamie Oldfield. Just makes a 2-for-1 deal momentarily. He then scrapes up against the wall. That allows Joe Chalmers to get himself back to second, only for Jamie Oldfield to fight his way back and put on a fair old show, these 3.
Fantastic. That's where the race is. Meantime, they're out chasing a bloke who's already got about a third of the lap clear. He's 100 metres ahead down the back straight. So let's keep a focus on second, third and fourth, because that's where the duel is, and Chalmers has again won that war for now. Nylander's still operating down low on the racetrack, and unfortunately for Jamie Oldfield, he smacked the wall a couple of times and he just lost a little bit of ground on Joe Chalmers. He's about 30 metres behind now. Brad Blake is next. Then we go back to Vosbergen, back then to Smith Halliday, Jason Oldfield, Damien Hudson. They round out your top 10 as Warren Oldfield completes 8 laps.
And his lead is 3 seconds right now between him and Joe Chalmers. There's Nylander. Almost lost it a little bit there, getting into turns 1 and 2 to Jamie Oldfield. But has some pretty good pace coming out at 2. Puts his nose back in front for 3rd position. Battling with Jamie Oldfield, who we think will hang on for the Pro Dirt Series title. They are, once again, door handle to door handle at Bella Modular turn number 1. It's a great battle these two have put on for the last few laps or so. They've lost a little bit of ground to Joe Chalmers, and a lot of them have lost a lot of ground to Warren Oldfield.
Well, I can tell you that Warren Oldfield is just zipping through the field as he's going to get another car as he shoots down the back straight. We keep our eye on this closest duel between Nylander and Jamie Oldfield. They're currently running in 3rd and 4th place. Joey Chalmers has been able to get away from them, but these two have been tooth and nail for the last 6 or 7 laps as they come into turn number 2. As we get the high shot, they go around a slower car. In fact, that slower car might have a say in proceedings. Jay Carty, I reckon he's going to get lapped by Warren Oldfield maybe in the next couple of laps as through goes Warren Oldfield for 12.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen. As Greg Horan getting in between these two. I was sort of hoping they'd keep it clean, but unfortunately Horan getting in between both Jamie Oldfield and David Nylander. Allowed to Oldfield to get himself in front, and a decent lead at that. Couple of car lengths or so. As Nylander actually gets side by side once again. So Oldfield's lead 3.5 seconds to Joe Chalmers. They're 3 seconds back to these two. Jay Carty, meanwhile, he is on, well, just ahead on the lead lap right now.
And he's 10th place, and he's just been passed by the race leader. So, the race leader did get past him, but now Jay Carty says, hey, hang on a minute, you're going to have a fight on your hands to get past me. He smacked the fence with his tail, and then Nylander got him because Nylander was underneath him, and now Nylander's got the advantage here. So Nylander is moving away from Oldfield, so maybe those couple of bashes at the back has caused him to slow a bit. Anyway, Oldfield, Chalmers, Nylander, Oldfield, Vosbergen and Smith, they're your front six. You can see the two orange cars here, the 51, you can see the margin between the 51 and the 54. The 4 car down on the inside, Brent Vosbergen's on lap 23, our race leader though, he's just done 24.
Vosbergen, can he move up into the top 4? Could he sneak up into the podium? Because he's not too far away from David Nylander right now. They're once again getting to lap traffic. This once again is Jay Carty. He's not had the best of nights, has he? As Vosbergen gets through underneath. Carty almost takes out Brad Smith going low down on the track. We've got 4.5 or so laps remaining as Warren Oldfield still holds your race lead from Joe Chalmers, David Nylander, Brent Vosbergen, and then Jamie Oldfield. 4 to go for your race leader, Warren Oldfield.
Well, Brent Vosbergen, he was almost on level terms with Nylander.
Second now. So the former Australian #1 with 1 lap remaining. He's making this a grandstand finish. Warren Oldfield leads. Joe Chalmers right up against the wall. Does he have anything left in the tank? Warren Oldfield down the back straight. More lap traffic to get past. Joe Chalmers the low side. Will he steal one? Will he steal one? No, he won't. Warren Oldfield hangs on. Go to woe, but by a whisker to Joe Chalmers. Third will go the way of David Nylander. What a return to racing for him. He gets on the podium. Rates Hook Memorial at Ellenbrook on the 12th of October as he gives us an expression session. Yes, sir. Also won the John Day Classic and the Boxing Day Bonanza. Warren Oldfield onto the top of the car. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the late models tonight, Warren Oldfield. Now, Woz, you need to make a hop, skip and a jump to get yourself and the car to the podium.